Hello, and welcome back to Bloodborne with me, Hollow. My god, last episode was creepy stuff, wasn't it? Very creepy. There's too much to take in, really, I think, with that episode. There's so much that happened, so many questions raised. So, I'm just going to try and handle it one by one. And yes, I'm just going to acknowledge this. Absolutely horrifying right there. I don't even like looking at it because it's like... It makes me think that it's going to attack me, but there's one on the side of Uden Chapel right there, and that's been there since the start of the game, and it grabbed me in one of the earlier episodes when I first came to Uden Chapel. So isn't that just wonderful? Isn't that just wonderful? Creepy stuff. 49 insight. Some shit's happening. So, yeah. Firstly, we faced some sort of weird spider thing. Don't know why it's there. We know it was kin of the great ones, but not necessarily a great one. It was just kin of it, you know, like a similar thing. That doesn't mean it is a great one. It's like, you know, just kind of similar, right? Okay, so we fought that thing. It was contained inside the lake, and we've seen, using these rune descriptions that we've seen, the lake rune stuff, we know that these lakes are a bulwark guarding sleep, an augur of the eldritch truth. So they are a bulwark, they're a shield, they contain, and they're some sort of a prison for things, apparently, these lakes and these worlds. And we've seen now one of these things that is sort of in prison of a lake. It was one of those weird spider things. So that is something we know. We know Willem captured that or put it there, or someone from the college did, and I think it was Willem because we read somewhere that Willem left one of his secrets in the lake. We went in the lake, that was his secret, he captured whatever the fuck that was, and we killed it, and it caused this ritual to activate. Now we know that the secret hidden village of Yargul was capturing people and doing sort of sacrifices and things to try and perform a ritual to bring on the pale blood moon, the pale blood, to do some sort of like ritual, basically. We know that, and I think we might have accidentally activated it. Now I'm going to go back to Bergenworth because there's a message, a super important lore message that I missed when I was going through the first time. Now that I know it's there, I want to go back and read it to you guys so you'll see it. But before then, we're going to have a quick talk to the remaining NPCs.
Was it a beast? Or could some... Oh.
So he's busy talking about the cannibal.
Was it a beast?
That's too bad. I was hoping for some new dialogue. Now what we do see is the woman of the night. She's clutching herself. She doesn't look too good. Is she going insane? Is she transforming? What's wrong?
Oh, there you are. Forgive me, I'm a bit out of sorts. So, no blood today, I'm afraid.
That's completely fine. What's wrong?
Oh, there's something wrong with me.
Yeah, I can see that. What's wrong with her? She doesn't sound like she's transforming or anything like that or going insane. She's completely aware that there's something wrong, whereas we look at the old woman and she was just going mad, right? I don't think she's going mad. Something's just wrong with her. I wonder what it is. How are you doing? Having you sit. You're going mad. You're doing much worse. Is that it? Yep, she's just laughing to herself. She's off a rocker. Off a rocker? Quick question. Is she still going to lean around and look at us when I talk to her? No, look at that. Look at that. She's not leaning around anymore. Now, some people left some comments saying that I think she's jealous. She was someone who's brought up to be someone who is holy, right? And people use her blood to heal. Her whole purpose in life was forced on her to be someone who heals people by giving them her blood. She never really had a choice in that. She was brought up to be that person. And we see this prostitute, the woman of the night, she sees us taking blood from her just because she's offering it. In fact, more than we're taking it from her. And her whole life revolves around giving her blood to people. And especially someone like me who she really wants to help and give back to because she feels like she owes me because I saved her. She wants to feel useful, right? And her only way to be useful is by taking her blood and using it. And that sort of gives her something as a reward and makes her feel like her debt isn't unpaid, right? And then I'm just there taking the blood from the prostitute instead. She must hate the prostitute or have some sort of jealousy going on there. And what I'm worried about right now is, has she poisoned her? Do you think she's poisoned? I don't know. I'm worried. But it doesn't seem like I can do anything. So, there are a couple things I want to go do before we go back to the college, and that's run around Yharnam and go speak to a few of the NPCs and see what they say. This gives us a really nice look at the moon right now. And it brings a question to my mind. What is the pale moon? The pale blood moon. They want to bring the moon closer, right? What is pale blood? I always assumed it'd be white, but this is very red. Monstrous. Maybe pale blood isn't white. I just assumed it was. So I wanted to come back and speak to a few NPCs, and there was one person that sprang to mind that I've not spoke to in so long because I thought he was good as dead. The man that was helping us up here in that building. One of the first NPCs we spoke to, if not the first. And there's an enemy up there that wasn't there before. It's one of the beasts from Old Yharnam. Look at that! What are you doing here? Not very strong, were you? What the fuck are you doing here? Alright. Ooh. Claw mark. Have you got anything to say about this? That could have been the man who's been helping us. The guy who was coughing so much. The guy who came here to get blood to stop his illness. But he never said he was going to transform. He just said he was here because he was here to stop an illness. Why would he turn into a beast? The claw mark is an impulse to seek the warmth of blood like a beast. It strengthens visceral attacks, one of the darker hunter techniques. Although the difference is subtle. Subtle. I can't say that word all of a sudden. Runesmith Carolyn describes the beast as a horrific and unwelcome instinct deep within the hearts of men. While Clawmark is an alluring invitation to accept this very nature. So the beast rune is just something that is in the hearts of every man and might break out, right? Whereas the claw mark is more, specifically as it says, an invitation, an alluring effect that someone can accept. And we know he came here to seek blood. He was an outsider as well, to help. Maybe he was allured by the blood and it caused this transformation. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe he just turned into a beast because he came here to get blood and it caused this effect. You're right, mate. It creeps me out seeing them with their long arms now. They look so much more like beasts. So much more like beasts. So I want to quickly have a speak with a bunch of NPCs that I can find. We haven't spoken to the little girl, Gascoigne's daughter, in so long. Oh boy, really? That didn't reach. It's too bad. I thought that had. So I'm wondering, How's she doing in all of this mess? And there was a bunch of NPCs down this road that I'm going to go speak to now. Okay, first one here. No response. The doors were still locked. Perhaps they left, or they've changed. But no, we'd hear something inside if they changed. Nothing. I recall there was a bunch of laughing women who were really mean to me here. They're not there anymore. In fact, you can see that the lights are out now. Maybe they left. Maybe they were stepped outside. We're now here where Gascoigne's house was, just up there with the daughter. I'm going to see if anyone's home. We spoke to someone here, and their incense light was out when we originally came, and you can see it's still out now, but now there's no response. So if we climb this ladder, we'll come to the place where Gascoigne's daughter remained, and I think we did tell her that her father's dead and her mother's dead. How's she doing?
You haven't by any chance seen my little sister, have you? I told her to look after the house, but she's run off somewhere. She's still quite small, and wears a big white ribbon. Have you seen her out there anywhere? Oh. Okay then. But if you do see her, would you give me word? She's a small girl, with a big white ribbon. My good little sister.
Interesting. She has an older sister who sounds very similar to her, actually. But why wouldn't her sister mention her? Why? Hang on. So we have the father and the mother. She told us they're both missing. And the grandfather sort of mentioned. Why is it that she didn't mention her older sister and asked where she was, if we could find her?
Oh, any news of my sister? No, but if you do see her, she's just my good.
Now, a lot of you have told me where to go to try and find her. So I'm going to try and do that now. We have the pig here. Remember this fella? But now he has a second item. He's down in the sewer. To get to Uden Chapel, you'd need to keep heading this direction. Turn left, go forward. You'd have to go past where your parents died, in fact, Gascoigne and her mother, which would be very terrible to do for a little girl. But how would a little girl make it through this horrible, horrible place? This terrible sewer? I suppose she could run past the crows. She could run past the ghouls. They're very slow-moving monsters. She'd make it. But then what would she do about the pig? The pig moves much too fast and bars her way. The red messenger ribbon. A red ribbon that messengers are oddly fond of. The thick, pungent red was drawn from the organs of some unfortunate victim. A strange choice indeed, but perhaps for the messengers wearing this accessory constitutes a form of mourning. That looks like this huge white ribbon that we were talking about, drenched in the blood of whoever was wearing it. I think the pig killed the little girl when she tried to escape. But that still doesn't explain the older sister who has randomly come into existence. Well, we're back. And we brought back the ribbon of your sister. She didn't make it.
Oh. Back again? Any news of my sister? Oh. How did this happen? Why would she ever go outside?
Why did you go outside?
At least I'll have something to remember her by.
Why did you go outside? That's the real question here. What on earth were you doing outside? Why didn't she mention you? Who, like, where did you come from? You sound much too young to go outside. Alright, well, there you go. I don't really know,
What a perfect rhythm. And now it's mine. I can't wait to try it on.
You sound a little happy about that. Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, it's wonderful. Oh, it's wonderful.
Who the fuck are you? I don't think she had a sister. I don't think Gascoigne and the mother... I don't think they had 2 daughters. I think they just had 1. And she died to that pig. I've known about that for a long time, guys. Because that's right. People in the comments told me. Thanks, guys. Woohoo. Couldn't let me find it on my own, could you? Bitterness aside. Yeah, I knew about that. So I had to do this event and show you guys it. But my question is, who the fuck is this girl? Is it even a girl? Because we have the whole Yosefka's imposter thing going on. Who are these people taking over other people's identities and taking new identities and tricking me? Who are these people? Either way, we now know that whether that was the beast, the Scottish man, or Irishman. Every time I say he must be Scottish, a bunch of people say no, he's clearly Irish, and then I'm like, all right, fine, he's the Irish guy, and then a bunch of people are mad at me and say it's the Scottish guy, so I can't win with him. The guy who helped us, who's coughing, who is of a nation, yes, him. Either he was that beast, or that beast broke in and killed him. I think it's the former. I think that was him. I think he turned into a beast. And we also know that there's an imposter, we think, of a second daughter of Gascoigne. Whatever the fuck happened there. We know all of the people are not giving us responses. They've all stepped out into the night, or they've gone silent, or they've died, or something. Something happened there. And now it's time for us to go back to Bergenworth and read that very important message. Back at Bergenworth. And there it is. I missed that small light right here that indicates a message. I can inspect it. Here's what it says, guys. When the red moon hangs low, the line between man and beast is blurred, and when the great ones descend, a womb will be blessed with child. We know that great ones are... They're basically to perform some sort of ritual. They want or require a newborn babe, right? Doesn't need to be human, doesn't need to be monster, doesn't need to be a great one. Great ones can't actually give birth, though. We've learned that. So they need a different race to give birth, and then they use that newborn to do some sort of ritual, whatever that is. So when the red moon hangs low, the line between man and beast is blurred. So men are turning into beasts, and beasts are turning into men, perhaps. During this time where the red moon line hangs low, and that's happening right now. That's why we're hearing this weird baby cry. All the things are going. Everyone's gone mad. Everyone's acting really weirdly. Right now, man and beast is blurred. So we're going to see men become beasts, such as that Irish/Scottish fellow, such as maybe beasts becoming men. That would be really cool. And we know that now because of this message, and I did actually see this, but I didn't do it on camera, unfortunately. So here we are looking at it again. And yeah, the great ones have descended. A womb has been blessed with a child. And you know what that makes me think? The prostitute, the woman of the night, she's acting strange. I was thinking that she was poisoned, but now I'm actually thinking she might be... Well, she would have physically changed if she was pregnant, wouldn't she? So maybe she's not. I don't know, it just makes sense to me that maybe she's pregnant and that's why she feels weird. But we also have that whole thing with the cleric woman who is potentially she's jealous, right? But we don't know that for certain. We don't have any like 100% confirmation on that. So I don't know if that's the case just yet. But my thoughts are she's either poisoned or she's now suddenly pregnant and that's why she feels so weird and different. Maybe they're after her baby that they've sort of placed in her. And now, the thing you've all been waiting for. Yeah, go the unseen village. When the red moon hangs low. And it is hanging low. Using the insight, I believe that's what's allowing us to see the monsters. But I also question, perhaps that we'd be able to see them now irrelevant because of the red moon. We believe these are the great ones. The closest thing to a god that we know. Horrifying, malformed monsters. It's my opinion of them. And whether it's at the insight that allows us to see them or something else, I don't know. But right now, there's many Yarnamites that are being formed out of blood, it seems. The most interesting thing about these guys, besides the colouring on them, besides the sound they make when they die, is that they come back. They're respawning. That sound they make when they die. Okay, so you don't want us entering that building. I've got it. A lot of you have asked me to be grabbed by one for multiple reasons. Main reason most people have given is they want to see what will happen, so you can see what it's actually doing. Oh, chunk, sweet. They want to see what will happen when I get grabbed by one. Like, what does it do to you? Why is it grabbing you? What actually happens now we can see it? And sure, that's a totally valid reason. But I also know that... What's that sound, man? I also know that I want to go there when I'm willing to... Jesus. When I'm willing to spend a lot of time doing something. I've been warned by Gubiak that I shouldn't go there. I shouldn't be grabbed by one until I'm willing to go on an adventure. So I have a feeling that I should wait until the right time. And right now, slightly more important we go here and deal with this. Fucking horrifying. But they're not as scary as they once were when I first saw them, I must say. The Iron Yarngul Helm. Interesting, a new piece of armor and maybe some loot. Some lore, even. The iron helmet worn by hunters of the unseen village. I thought this was... Ah, it's the same thing, but it's hooded. Removing the hood reveals something reminiscent of a warrior of a previous age. This headwear is made of metal, a rarity for hunter garb, and has high defense but only against physical attacks. That sound. There's one there. It's a disgusting, like, squelch that really reinforces for me that they're made out of blood. They're definitely not real. Whoops. So I kind of rushed there. In my defense, I thought the great one was going to try and grab me, so I was trying to run through. Whoops. I was trying to run through really quickly before they can get to me. You know, before the great one can... Whoa. Before the great one could grab me. And it didn't even try, I don't think. So, whoops. Let's not do that again. So there's an elevator here that maybe we need to come back to later. But there is a device right there that can call it. So either I need to unlock it by going a different way. Yeah, alright, so we need to unlock that by going a different way. It really is unnerving to run around this area with these great ones staring at you. And when you know some of them are going to try and grab you as well, it just makes me very on edge. And I think that's completely reasonable. God, fighting multiple of these guys is a pain in the ass. But they're much stronger than the normal versions of them, and I have to kill them really quickly because, as we know, look at that, it's going to grab me. Not interested, mate. Not yet. Okay. There. I hear the ringing of a bell. Here, this one. She's summoning the monsters. And when she's dead, they die. He's still there. Maybe they won't respawn now. I saw he staggered. But he's still here. Oh man, this whole area is the same place we've been in before, by the way. And I can hear the sound of one of those. Those are the crazy old women. I recognize that from Hemwick Lane. Oh wow, look at that. You can actually see its eyes. That's the first time we've properly seen its eyes. They're opening and closing. It's got many, many eyes. Interesting. Gubiak made a really interesting point, by the way. Willem wants more eyes to see more. Therefore, we know that basically he wants more eyes to see more knowledge, to understand more. And we know loads of Yanamites and Hunters are covering their eyes. Whether that's because they're just covering them or they've ripped them out and that's a bandage, we don't know. What we do know is that they're covering their eyes. So if more eyes means more knowledge, maybe the Yanamites, this is Gubiak's theory, maybe the Yanamites thought that I've seen some scary shit. I don't want to see this scary shit. I'm ripping out my eyes so that I know less. I would rather live in ignorance than look at something like that. And can you really blame them? I can't. Oh no. Oh god. What's interesting is this one eyes. Well, this one's eyes you can see, but the one down there can't see its eyes. Like it has none. I knew it. Look, it's the women of Hemwick Lane. And they're in some sort of ritual to another one of those people on a chair with a cage on it. And what someone said on one of the first times we saw that is it looked like a child. And we know the Great One's ritual sort of requires a child. Perhaps that has some sort of involvement. There's another bell ringer. There she is. We're gonna have to keep killing these. Oh god. We have to keep killing everyone and these over and over and over until she's dead. I'm gonna start putting a major focus on getting to her as my only target. These bell maidens. The fuck is that? ones that summon monsters, we know almost nothing about. Okay, one's back there. Don't want it coming up behind me. Oh god. They're dead, they're not alive. They have chains around their... Oh god, it came near. They have chains around their ankles and their hands. They were captured and brought here. Air rune. Not the best place to sit down and read, but I gotta know. The air rune sees sentimentary in the warmth of blood and acknowledges visceral touch as one of the Dark Hunter. More blood echoes gained from visceral touch. Perhaps air is the... Yeah, so we've seen something similar to that. Pretty sure we've seen like a description that's basically the same. Perhaps the air is a hunter who bears the echoing will of those before him. Someone who is trying to do the hunter's work, even for those hunters who have passed away. We're that, pretty much. I'm not interested in fighting you. I'm interested in fighting you. You're right, mate. Do you know how walls work? I don't either. Oh my god, I'm on the edge of my seat. Oh, there's another one there. And another one there. Frenzied Cold Blood. They remind me of... They remind me of the pygmies from DS1, Dark Souls 1. It's creepy. They have basically no muscle. They're bone. So now we've killed the Bell Maiden. She's weak. That allows us to open this door. We can jump down here. But why would I want that? We went through this whole area and I don't even know why. I guess to get those signs and stuff. Maybe that was optional, we didn't need to go there. Alright, here we go. I don't like this. More bolt paper. I don't like being this close to them. What other way? What other choice? He's gonna grab me, isn't he? He's gonna grab me. They're not interested in me. I don't have to kill them. Nope. No, I do. Ow. Oh my god. Oh god, I don't like this. I don't like this. There's too many great ones staring at me from so many places. I knew there was something over here. I knew it. Oh, this is fucking freaky. Oh, here we go. Could have come this way. Anyway. For some reason I just didn't see it. Oh well. So I can go down that staircase. That leads me to that great one that's just staring. They've all respawned. Pain in my ass. Bell Maiden. That's my priority. More stone chunks. But where is the Bell Maiden? You're all irrelevant. I'm sorry. The Bell Maiden's the only target here. Ah, bro. No. Alright, I'm gonna have to kill them. It's too many. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm so fucking tense. Ow. What? What? Oh my god. God, don't you think I've got it hard enough already? Every enemy I defeat comes back to life. And you're shooting lasers at me now. What is this sick joke that you are playing on me, game? Oh my god. They're coming back already. I have to move. Oh! Run! Run! Fuck! There's a lantern, there's a lantern, there's a lantern. Oh my god. Oh shit. Ah, fuck. Ah, fuck. I missed it. I'll have to get it next time I come back to this specific location. And I ran right back in there. Right back in. You alright, mate? Oh my god. Oh my god. You're so disgusting. You're so fucking gross. So, Canehurst Castle has been told... I've been told that it's an optional place. And I definitely want to go back to Canehurst Castle. And go do whatever's there. I will be doing that next episode, I think. And then we'll come back to this place. We'll come back to this place and continue from this lantern from that moment on. We are now in the upper areas of the main hall. And we're in the upper layer of the Unseen Village. Which is where we've already been because the Snatchers brought us here. This is horrifying. I have so many questions. Do let me know your thoughts. Oh my god. I will see you guys next time. Have a great day, guys.